I've been in the utility business for 46 years. I've attended a lot of conferences, but nothing is as great as CS Week. It's the best conference in the business. I always take back a lot more information than anywhere else, and I always am able to convince my leadership that the time is very well spent. I have learned a lot about best practice. I attended the Executive Summit. I learned a great deal about mergers and acquisitions. I learned a great deal about social media, and I learned a lot about outage communications, all things that are just pertinent to the utility business. And it's wonderful to keep abreast with the best in the business.
There was a great discussion on the advanced metering and the analytics that go with that. And that's of interest to us since we're just wrapping up our AMI implementation. We're just getting the last meters in. And so now that's kind of the next thing we need to think about is the analytics involved with that.
What actually drew me here was the different technology vendors that you have. We are currently shopping for new software for our utilities division. So I thought this would be a great place for a one-stop shop to be able to come and pretty much interview all the vendors and get a better perspective. So far, I loved it. The 2 sessions that I've taken, great notes, and I've definitely gotten business cards from both presenters, things that I definitely want to follow up on. Definitely go, because what you think that your company has implemented, it's just inside of the box. But you come here and you realize you can go way outside of the box and make your organization in that particular division better than it already is.
Very informative. It's nice to learn from everybody else and see what has worked for them and what hasn't worked for them, and how it relates to what we do, especially us being a very small utility. And it tells us both what we're doing right and probably what we can improve on.
The trade show is remarkable, so I've picked up a lot of really useful information.
I'm actually currently working on the MDM project, the meter data management. So I'm very much interested in the smart metering, the AMI, and then I'll also be working on the payment project we have coming up.
Because you can always learn something new and see what everybody else is doing. So when you've got the money to do it, you can do it too. It was helpful because you had the opportunity to meet other folks that are doing the same exact thing that you're doing and to discuss a lot of the same problems that you have.
Lots of different companies to choose from. Some of them offer similar things, but some of them offer things that are specific to electric, specific to water. So it just gives a lot of choices.
The workshops are very valuable. We found out a lot about cost, length of time, budget scope, timeline. All of those things we discovered in the workshops. I was able to do several, well, not several, but a couple workshops where I was able to share in the onset of our project and the planning, which really has taken quite a bit of time, as well as getting into the actual project.
I'm here with the Montgomery Waterworks, and we've been, looking at some payment information. Had a real good work session this morning, and so far it's been really good.
And you're always learning something, pulling away a nugget here or there, take away back to your office, and look to implement some of those strategies and ideas.
Actually, I attended a very valuable session on PCI compliance around credit cards. We've always had a hosted solution, and we were talking about bringing that in-house. Well, I found out that's the last thing we should do after the experience at somebody at Dayton Power and Light. So, good takeaway. It's been a great conference, like several others that I've attended.
Definitely. We've had a lot of good conversation with both vendors, but also a lot of utility participants as well, getting their feedback on what they've had success with and what they didn't have success with. Make sure we can learn from those.
Good vendors for one. What it brings in new in technology. We in the co-ops, we're too busy digging around for stuff, and sometimes we just need to get out to sharpen the saw.
Yeah.
And this is the conference that you get the sessions. You can learn more. You can do more. Meet old friends here. This is a conference for people who love the industry, so that's why you keep us coming back. We have so much to learn from the other co-ops that are doing the same things. And you try to learn from your peers. You try to learn from the vendors that are bringing new technology to the table, how to put all together. Then we have to go back to our own companies and try to implement what we learn here. So every time I come back re-energized, if you will.
And what really takes place in the relational aspect of our jobs, not just with our customers, but with developing our employees, with managing our teams, with rolling out initiatives that people are going to struggle with because they create a huge change in the environment. And as women, that's one of the things that we're really driven by, is that relational aspect. So it's a great place to come and exchange those ideas and, of course, lick a few wounds.